Alright, sleep's over.
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
Is this really Aldervaris is doing? Decorating her room like this? Hmm, what's our next move? Star-Crossed troopers. Search the outpost. Rebecca and Anders were hired to clear an infestation out of an expansion site for Edgewater that Spacer's Choice abandoned in Emeraldville. Head there with Nyoka and see if they're still alive. Okay. Wait, where are we? Oh, this is Fallbrook. We have to go to Edgewater. This is Fallbrook, I think. Let's make a round. Let's make one round in the ship. One round trip in the ship. See how things are. Okay, no problem at all. Okay, let's go. Edgewater landing pad. There's an expansion site in Edgewater,
We are
around
now in
Edgewater, I
orbit
mean.
of Edgewater, Captain.
I never noticed that expansion site. Hmm. Worst worst. Oh, 600 meters. Where is it actually? Oh, here? Oh no, this is foundation. Oh, this is the geothermal plant. Oh, over here. Is there no landing pad other than edge water? Dang it, no landing pad. Ah. Okay, we go on foot then. Aldervaris runs so fast. So fast. Stay hidden here, girls.
Sure.
Don't get caught.
Nice work. Gonna find you.
Oh no.
good tussle.
Hmm. Primal Behemoth. Stay hidden
We'll
here,
do that.
guys.
Woohoo! Nice work!
Heading back.
No creatures. I mean, yeah, these creatures are no match for modern weaponries, especially the ones provided by our benefactors, our shadowy benefactors. What is their agenda? No one knows. Wait, I've been here before.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out!
Come on out? That sounds like a threatening command. Wait, the ship?
Huh? I smell
Oh,
blood!
no, no!
I'm going!
Oh no! Don't tell me Rebecca and Andres are dead as well, like Hayes.
I'm coming. Hey, take a gander. The door's busted. Rebecca? Anders? You in there? Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
Don't tell me they died of starvation. Oh no, is that it? Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
They were attacked by marauders.
I'm so sorry.
Hold on. Let's satisfy other viruses' kleptomania first before we check on the bodies, yeah? What happened to them? Rusty journal. Its display is faded and the buttons are almost entirely rusted through, but you can still make out bits and pieces of what looks like Rebecca's final entries. Allah help me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or adult or I don't know what. The towns won't let us walk in without an employment contract. I can't even find someone to let me send a message for all the capable folk here. We're stuck. Back home we had to fight for every meal because there were no meals that you didn't make yourself. Here there's plenty, but nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life from wherever we can. Anderson is about ready to sign up, offer his life in service to Spacer's Choice just so he can take a shower. Clara, I hope to the architect this never reaches you, but on the off chance it does, I want to say I'm sorry. Anderson and I effed up. We didn't take the contract for the bits. We didn't take it because Primal sounded cool. We took it because we wanted out. Monarch's a living hell. We were sick of getting sick, of boiled Raptidon and stinking like sulfur no matter how hard you scrub. of fighting day in and day out. We're exhausted. We thought we could use the contract money to find a place here, settle down. But this place ain't any better, it's just different. We're starving all the same. We never should have left. I just thought, maybe we could do better. I miss you, kid. Marauders at the door. Anderson's bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let them get me. Not alive anyway. I've seen what those monsters do. Oh yeah, it was implied that they're cannibals, right? Yeah, this in combination with what Parvati said about no one wants to cure the marauders. It makes me think that the marauders are not simply deserters. I think they were affected by some kind of experiments that got leaked out. That turned them violent, I think.
They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Or to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
Oh, Clara's dead as well? Okay, so Rebecca is Clara's sister. And I'm guessing Rebecca and Andres are lovers. Anderson's Charon medallion. This is the medallion you retrieve from Anderson's remains. It is inscribed with the letters Charon. Rebecca's Charon medallion. This is the medallion you retrieve from Rebecca's remains. It is inscribed with the letters Charon.
Okay, keep him quiet.
So what do we do now? Speak to Nyoka?
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
She'd still want to know, just the same as you did.
Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick.
Might do it. I didn't think there was anything about the wilderness you don't know.
That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Well, we have primals here. Do we have to go to Scylla for the primals? Collect 3 pheromone glands from pungent primals. Oh, pungent primals. So, a specific type of primals. Alright, we're going to Scylla, I guess. Scylla, here we go. Oh yeah, this is the foundation. Yeah, quest, right? Do I really want to do this? Is there another way to solve this? I hope so, but hope isn't enough in this case. What should I do? Yeah. Corporate trooper, hold on. Are they friendlies? Oh yeah, Sophia Kandi mentioned this.
Got my sights on you.
How many corporate trooper are there? Only one? Maybe there are more inside, right? Where is the door to this ship? Oh, there is two of them. Oh, this is the automechanicals that Aldervaris has destroyed. They round them up.
You some sort of freelancer?
From the planet to your living room. Helen's.
Describe the nature of the accident. Let's say catastrophic mechanical failure. Damn, how do you spell catastrophic again? 2 T's or 2 R's? It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Captain
This
Hogarth.
area is currently experiencing a surprise audit. Turn around and head back to your designated workplace or domicile.
You're a stickler for the rules. I'm sure Jatan Akande will appreciate that. Corporate sent me to keep an eye on you. I'll have to include this in my report.
Damn it. You're with our claims department, right? I told those idiots to call me the moment you landed. Don't let me get in your way. Go on through.
Captain Hogarth.
Don't let me get in your way. Go on through. Don't let me get in your way. Go on through.
Yeah, we've been here before.
Got my sights on you.
Take it easy, soldiers. I forgot. I forget how to get there. Oh, here, okay. Oh, shit, there's a corporate oh, it's a technician. What should we do? Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant, a Spacer's choice property. Automechanical control terminal. Okay, I'd like to see if there's a different option. A different way out. Let's see. Run termination protocol. No, is there a way not to do this? Waiting at the edge. Oh, waiting at the Edgewater landing pad. Okay, so maybe we can do something to these robots at the landing pad, right? Okay. Let's see. Maybe I should ask the opinion of the botanical lab community. I mean, I'm already here, right? Might as well visit them, and maybe they have an opinion about this. I doubt it, but I'm hopeful. Okay, let's get to the botanical lab. It is... Okay, let's just follow the road. Then we turn left at the crossroad. Well, not crossroad, but a fork, I guess. Let's speak to Adelaide. Adelaide McDavid. Maybe she can give us an alternative.
What is it?
Grace Romero. She's in here, I think. Where is she? Adelaide, where are you? Wait, where is she? She's supposed to be here. Oh, there she is.
You are welcome here.
Oh no, she has no opinion. Okay. Okay, maybe we can do something with the robots on the landing pad. Maybe some kind of sabotage? I don't know. Okay, where are the robots? The mission says the robots are waiting at the landing pad. Where are they? I don't see them. Maybe they're inside this box? No? Maybe. They're inside this box, maybe. But I'm not sure. Can we open them up? Oh, I hear the sounds. Like sprat sounds, I don't know. Oh, damn, I fall. Okay. Ludwig Miller.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us. Go on.
Oh, I don't know, man. What should I do? Maybe we should inform the constable. Or Lieutenant Mercer. Where is the constable's office? I forget. Oh, this is the constable, okay.
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please.
Oh no. No dialogue options. Okay, where is Lieutenant Mercer? Where is... Okay, I think she's over there with Private Kimball, right? Yep.
How am I supposed to file a report with a power?
Oh no.
Edgewater's experiencing what we in the profession like to call a quandary.
Oh no. Okay, let's just not do this job then. Okay, never mind. Let's just not do this job. Yeah, besides, it doesn't fit Aldervaris's personality to carry out with this mission. Maybe if we postpone this mission, new opportunities will arise. I don't know. The unreliable navigation terminal. The only problem is because Parvati is from Edgewater and Felix seems to be against it. Others like Vicar Max, Nyoka, and Ellie don't seem to mind about this job. I'm worried that if I complete this job, there will be problems with Parvati and Felix. Okay, let's do a different job then. Oh yeah. We have to go to Scylla. Let's go to Scylla. Collect 3 pheromone glands from Pungent Primos. Nyoka suggested Scylla as prime hunting ground. Yeah, okay, let's go to Scylla.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Are you serious? We need to talk.
What?
What do you need? Hey, you're the boss. Rather not talk about that right now, if it's all the same to you. I don't know how we're ever gonna see eye to eye, long as you're working for the board. Why? You got a ship. You got the run of the colony. So tell me why you're bending a knee in front of the adjutant. I ain't asking you to do anything for me. I'm asking you to do the right thing. And if you can't, then we're not gonna be on good terms. Never mind. Let's just move on.
Okay. We had this conversation before. Why is he doing this again? I don't understand. Remo glance. Oh, there are 3 locations. Okay. Huh.
Moving.
Oh no.
Security patrol.
I'm coming. No problem. Okay. You got it.
Captain's log. Independent. Oh, this is Captain Irion's crash site, right?
Heading back.
Making tracks.
Going.
On my way.
All right.
Here they come.
Get our hands dirty. Be right there.
The unfinished terraforming. This machine has been running for how long? I don't know. Rediscover communication.
Sure.
Stupid animals. No match for modern weaponries
On my way.
and human intellect.
Here I go. Don't mess with us. Be right there.
Outlaw. Not marauders, but outlaw.
You got it.
What was that?
Something going on over there? What was that? I'm going. I'm going.
They're on us. Start mobbing, Captain.
Solid kill.
Headed back.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up?
These glands are gross. Take them, please.
Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch.
Yeah.
There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon.
Was Charon? Is the boat guide, right? To cross the river to the afterlife.
Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca,
Oh,
Opal.
never mind.
Charon. He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are.
Okay. Hayes' idea. So only Hayes Hayes the only one who knows about that, who is Charon. Remind me, what's this base again?
It's an old cave system we tried to turn into an encampment. You'll see when we get there.
It's about time we're going to kill a mantiquin.
Fucking right we are.
Let's do it. No, no. Dun, 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 dun. I think I know where this cave is. There was a
We're now
gate
in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
that couldn't be opened, and there were dead marauders and sublight guys in front of the gate. I think, if I remember correctly. War of Words fizzles. Airways cleared. Communication.
You seen Arthur today?
Nah, last time I saw him was...
Prefabricated living, just like home. Step 1, step 2, step 3.
So the ship talks? Do all ships do that?
You can't say for certain, since I only ever been on this one. Ada's something special, though, ain't she?
Ada. What is it? She? It? I'm a bit fuzzy on the details.
Used to be, I thought she was a simulated intelligence. You know, a long series of commands telling her how to react to certain inputs.
You used to. What do you think now?
Well, I worked with a lot of machines, and ain't none of them like her. They can be pretty smart, but mostly they're rule books with a voice box. Ada's different.
One of life's mysteries, I suppose. I don't trust it. If it crashes us into a star, I'll be a mite upset.
Ada mentioned that she is the result of Alex Hawthorne's improvements and modifications to the ship. If Ada is a true AI, how did Alex Hawthorne manage to create it? I'm curious now. Too bad he's dead. Killed by Aldervaris's the drop pod. Is to the left, right? Yeah, this one. Yeah, I remember this spot.
So Ada isn't really alive, but she can still talk like a person. What about Sam? What's it? Sorry. Is he the same thing?
Sam's an automechanical thing, not a computer brain thing like Ada. I don't think Sam understands gender, so you can call him it if you want.
Right, but she's a machine, he's a machine. How are they different?
You know how I said Ada was special? Her wiring's a whole lot more complex than Sam's, so she can simulate a personality better than he can. She got more tools in her box, so to speak.
So he's following his own rules, making everything obnoxiously clean because he has to. Maybe I ought to let up on him a bit.
Parvati is so complicated with this. They're both artificial robots. But to be fair, even though I know they're robots, they're supposed to be called it, but I can't help to call Ada she and Sam he, not because it has to be that way. I just find it more easy, more comfortable for me to refer them as he and she, but nothing more than convenience sake. Well, not convenience, but something that feels I don't know. Maybe because they talk. It is maybe because they talk, even though I know they are robots, not humans or whatever. It feels. I just feel like calling them she and he, even though I know they are it, both of them. Maybe because they simulate a living person. But at the core, I still know that they are robots and AI. I don't start seeing them as living beings, like humans. They are still robots at the end of the day. I'm not going to start thinking that they're alive or something like that. No way.
coming, Captain. Whew, here we go. I haven't set foot in here since... Well, I'm ready. Yeah, right? Yeah. Here we go.
Caron. Passcode accepted. Here we go. Mantisaur Hive. Wait, Opal? Opal is a member of this group, right? Is that supposed to be Opal's grave? I don't know. This is such a beautiful cave. Well, at least so far. No! I mispressed. No. No. Mamma mia, I mispressed. Opal's Caron medallion.
Gosh, that's clever.
Opal. Clara. Oh, sorry.
That's how it's done, Captain.
Clara's Caron medallion. So yeah, so I guess Clara and Opal got killed by the Mantisaur ambush. Well, not ambush, but surprise attack. What is this place? Huh, it's opening in the back. So this is how the Mantisaur... I mean, what is the purpose of having a gate in front if you have this big giant hole in the back room? I'm sure this is where the Mantisaurs got in. Why did you... Why not... You took the time to put the gate in front, right? Why not also take the time to put the gate in several locations? One over here, right? And then make sure you gate this hole, this line over here with, I don't know, maybe with bulletproof glass, so you can still see here, but you can run here and protect yourself from Mantisaurs if they enter the cave or something like that. Yeah, this is too open. Look at the roof. Look at the ceiling. It is open.
Nicely done.
Oh no.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur.
You know, it did feel a bit different when we walked in.
Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building.
You built all this base? Yeah, one thing they forgot is to build the rooftop. Plug the holes.
We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable.
So, it started with Hayes and Nyoka. I wonder if Hayes and Nyoka were lovers. A teenager out here in the Monarch Wilderness?
Believe me, I had my complaints. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
You were a family. I'm sorry they're gone, Nyoka.
Me too, Captain. But I'm starting to think that maybe I found another.
Oh, the
Now let's get to shooting
unreliable.
before I get all sentimental. Incoming, Captain!
Where?
Moving!
Oh no, I'm wounded. Ah.
On my way, Cap. I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you.
You're welcome, Nyoka.
You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
Of course. Of course, although I think you should hold on to the medallions.
What? Why? Them's painful memories, Captain.
They'll help remind you of both the good and the bad, not just the bad.
Huh. That ain't a bad point. All right, Captain. Thanks.
Yes. Did they have a lesbian threesome? Alder, Nyoka, and Parvati? I don't think so. All 6 of them. There's only 5 here. Clara Hodges, the closest thing to a sister that I've ever lost. Wait, they don't have Clara's body here. Did she die earlier than Opal and Clara? Oh, hold on. Clara was here. Never mind. Clara's body was here, I think. Yeah. Jackson Hayes. His most egregious crime was having the gall to die before me. Anders Wadsworth. Between raptidons and women, he died doing what he loved, chasing tail. Rebecca Hodges. At the very least, you came back to us in the end. Opal Oublié. One of the very few who deserve better. Is Opal the Sawbones? Oh, no. The Sawbones was Rebecca, right? Oh, or was it Opal? I don't remember. I think it is implied from what Nyoka said, both Opal and Anders were with Sublight when they were ordering steel to build this base. They were with Sublight, but then after the business is done, Opal and Anders stay here with the group.
You know, I'd been assuming this entire stay on your ship thing isn't a permanent arrangement. Part of my contract? That said, you ain't been eaten or shot to death yet. Says a lot about the stability of your future. And to be honest, I'm about sick of sleeping on bar stools. So how's about this? You keep letting me stay on that ship of yours, and I'll keep shooting at the things you point at.
Of course. That's fine. But try not to be a bad influence on the crew, alright?
Perish the thought, Captain. What's up?
Perish the thoughts. Where is Parvati? Oh.
Yeah, huh?
Okay. Let's go back to the ship. What's next? Minister Clark. Oh yeah. Oh, the ice palace. Wait. I forgot the name. I forgot what HRS stand for. I think it's something like Heliosphere Research Station. Judging by the name Helios, I'm guessing it's a station that studies the sun of Halcyon. Maybe. I don't know. Grant Sublight remote access to the station. Yeah, Lilia Higgins wants this abandoned station to be under Sublight's banner. Let's do this. I know, na 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 na. Rediscover communication.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it. With interest.
Nice one. You must have had them quaking in their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better if it had worked.
Hey, we need to talk.
She really hates being in debt to someone, yeah? Owing someone.
What do you need?
He's still angry. Come on. Okay.
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Yes. Ada. Heliospheric Research Station 1084 is technically owned by the board but has been long since abandoned. A satellite in the outer part of the Halcyon system.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Normal etheric static. Alright, here we go.
It's quiet as the grave in here. We should get the power generator going again. Might cheer up the place.
Okay. Shipment manifest, shipping label, 1 case of UDL concussive mines to HRS-1084. Signed by Chief of Security Ida Kimball. Hold on. Is this Ida Kimball related to Private Kimball? From Edgewater? Warning. Contents may have shifted in transit. Warranty is void on any and all detonated mines, regardless of cause. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying mines is a fireable offense. Mines are not a company-authorized decoration, pet, or sporting equipment. What the fuck? Sporting equipment? Mines are not suitable for ingestion, huh? Mines are not eligible for any recycling promotion. Do not purposefully stand, sit, or recline on mines. Mines are not your friend. UDL claims no liability for any actions taken or not taken by mines. UDL recognizes that you could have chosen any remote explosives provider. Your commitment guarantees product quality and safety for many shipments to come. Thank you and have a pleasant detonation. Quality and safety not guaranteed. The fine print. So why is it abandoned now? It's sealed. Restore power. Override terminal. Huh? What's this? Oh.
Nice and easy.
Ah. Blank UDL keycard. Lab 1084. High security containment. Checkpoint Alpha. Error. Unable to access memory cartridge. Error. Terminal power below 5%. Terminal in maintenance mode. Restore power supply to station to resume normal terminal operations. Yeah. Dam bam 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 bam. Oh wait, a dead body? What happened here? Don't tell me another case of automechanicals gone haywire. Now entering Auntie Cleo's secret lab? What? Hold on, red dots on the compass. Must be automechanicals, I assume.
Sure are a lot of charging automechs. What are the chances they're friendly?
Oops, mines. Damn it, concussed. Ah! I hate this. So easy to get concussed. No. Fuck. UDL identity cartridge, okay. Maintenance mode is active, minimal functions available. Modify generator mode normal. Engineering section terminal. Updating generator mode to normal. Disabling emergency lighting. Activating facility lights. Activating security protocols. Activating air recyclers. New laboratory scent option selected. Flushing toilets. Error flushing toilets. See maintenance log for details. Generator mode change complete. Generator mode normal. 100% output. Maintenance logs. View facility status report. Critical issues 1. Non-critical issues 2. Critical issues. Issue 1. A toilet in the maintenance barracks does not flush. Replacement part ordered 1 to 43 days ago. Non-critical issues. Issue 1. Sensors indicate Alta Vitae gas is leaking from storage tanks. Alta Vitae gas is toxic to humans. Oh. Admin override. Priority is set to non-critical. Does not utilize the Alta Vitae gas tank storage room. Management does not utilize. Okay. Issue 2. Sensors detect that the new laboratory scent air freshener is running low. Repair toilet. Error. Work order already exists. The existing work order was opened 991 days ago and was last accessed 991 days ago.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation.
Wait, Ada. So Ada can project herself on other monitors, not just the unreliable. Oh, okay. What's going on, Ada?
A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. Wait, who are you? No one told me we had security forces deployed on the station already.
No. Everything's perfectly alright now. We're fine. How are you?
You're fine? Who is this? What's your operating number? Belay that. I don't know how you've managed to look like a UDL trooper, but there's no way you're one of us.
What do you want?
You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of forest. But I'm in a sporting mood.
You won't take me alive.
I assure you that was never my intention. See you soon, Captain.
The UDL gunship remains docked at the station. They must intend to board with a full squad of troops.
Oh no.
Here I was, hoping we wouldn't have to hurt anybody.
Wait, is it still sealed? Huh? Yeah, this door is sealed. Why? Staff only.
All right, people, stay sharp. That little sublight sprat can pop out of anywhere.
I was looking forward to doing some shooting anyway. Sure.
Keep your eyes out for dissidents. Something's not right.
Investigate.
What was that?
Sleeping. I don't. Investigate.
What was that?
Sleeping.
I better get this.
Ready for more? Heading back.
Priority user Kimball I. Oh, must be Ida. Ida or was it Ira? Ida Kimball. Messages. To redacted subject, your concern. From redacted to Kimball, your concerns. You ask that I reach out. I'm doing so. Is something amiss with the team? How's their morale? Their commitment to the project? From Ida Kimball to redacted. Of course morale is low. You gave those PhDs tanks of nuclear scrambling gas and no warm bodies to test it on. What did you think would happen? They can test on each other all they want, but no one lays a hand on my squad. I'm installing safeguards in case anyone challenges that decree. Kimball. Okay, so the scientists were supposed to test the nuclear scrambling gas on the security squad here, and the leader of the security, Ida Kimball, wasn't having it. From Ida Kimball to A. Kimball. Subject: bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a princess who trained to be a soldier. While the other princesses get jobs at canneries and counting houses, the soldier squinted down her sights at the firing range and made sure she hit the target every time. Then one day a not very nice man offered her a job at an ivory tower far, far away from the kingdom. The princess could provide for her ailing father, but her lovely her lovely child, and her goofball husband, but she would have to stay locked in the tower until the doctors could find a way out. Once she thought better of her choices, the princess applied for early dismissal, but no one listened. The end. I love you, Angelica. Maybe you can write me a better ending. Give your father a hug and tell him I'm sorry for missing another birthday. Sign, Mom. Security routines. Hack. Engage automechanical recharge protocols. What? Recall in process. Recall successful. Huh? What is that? No. I did something bad. No.
Watch your step.
Oh. Main menu. Security routines. The UDL Electro Floor 3000 is online. Disengage checkpoint security. Alright. Personal files. Log Mama Bear. Kimball came by asking if any of the dogs had been around. I told her what I know. It's been quiet, just ask Alpha. She walked off with a spring in her step. Okay, weird. Then she requisitioned a UDL Electro Floor 3000 for my checkpoint and a crate of concussion mines. Guess she didn't believe me. Is she preparing for war? She's acting like she knows something the rest of us don't. Seems especially uncomfortable around the dogs. The dogs tried to use the nuclear scrambling gas on them, I think. They were to become test subjects. Who ate my lunch? I don't know. I like this room. It's small, but I like it. Very practical. This is where I sleep. This is where I play on my gaming PC. This is where... Oh, but one thing is lacking. There is no separator between the shower room and the rest of the room. I prefer... No, I want there to be a separator. Like a wall, like a glass wall. So whenever I take shower or do take a shit or whatever, all the waters I use will not splash to this area. I like to keep the splashing contained here. Yeah.
Those subjects. They're still alive.
What subjects? Oh, the board reputation decrease. Oh, no. I didn't mean... Negative 46%? What? Oh no, understanding. Dang. Okay, let's not let the negative increase further, okay? A great employee who makes a few mistakes, okay. On track to being a great employee. Best employee ever for Monarch. Oh, CNP boards repulsed. Oh no. This employee should be fired, preferably out of a cannon. You are killed on sight to this faction. Oh no! Is this because I helped Sublight take over the Boar's factory on Monarch? Oh man. Does it mean, Does that mean I won't receive quests from CNP? Really? I won't receive quests from the CNP? Oh no, I hate this. No. The board understanding, damn it. Okay, don't let the negative increases further, yeah? Oh, there is someone inside the tube. Holding tank 002 log. Subject Dr. Claire Parasol. Current status alive and stable condition. Stasis setting active. Notes. Subject's condition is dire. Make sure resuscitation devices are on hand upon revival. Please hold on, Claire. We almost had it this time, I swear. We'll bring you back. With love. Dr. Eva Oh! This is the doctor from Cascadia. Dr. Eva Chartrand, Dr. Lorelei Fowl, Dr. James Guthrie. What happened to Claire? I wonder. This must be Claire, right? Oh, subject. Oh, this is James Guthrie. Subject, Dr. James Guthrie. Current status alive, extremely unstable condition. Stasis setting active. Notes. Subject will need extensive nuclein resequencing for any chance of viable extraction. I'm so sorry it ended up like this, James. We will come back for you all and fix this. I swear on it. Please forgive us. Dr. Eva Chartrand, Dr. Lorelei Fowl. So this is James Guthrie. The other one is Claire. Where is Claire? Oh, this is Claire. Oh no. What happened to them? Maybe the security guards used the gas on them? I mean the nuclear scrambling gas. Who is this? Subject, Dr. Charles McNulty. Current status alive, unstable condition. Stasis setting active. Notes. Subject should not be revised until a method for stabilizing his condition is found. In gratitude. Dr. Eva Chartrand, Lorelei Fowl, James Guthrie, and Claire Persol. So the only ones left are Dr. Eva Chartrand and Lorelei Fowl. James. Who is this? Claire, James. Who is this one? Charles McNulty. Keycard encoder status online. Main menu. Encode keycard. Encoding keycard. Keycard encoded successfully. Messages. From redacted to station security. Subject closing down. A transport vessel has been dispatched to HRS-1084. I've taken the liberty of upgrading the sensitive materials containment rating of this asset, which means you are permitted to leave with company-branded consumables. but all personnel effects must be left behind. Do not interfere with the tanks. A cleanup crew will dispose of all exhausted assets in time. Anyone who requires ethical correction therapy can speak to a Spacer Care approved alienist. Huh? Note on James Guthrie. James is gone and he never said goodbye. I kept telling myself that he wanted me to remember him as he was outside of the tank, or maybe he was just bad at goodbyes. When I saw what was left of him, I wanted to airlock everyone who let it happen. You could have said something, James. We were never short on time. Nothing's keeping me here now. The bids aren't worth it. I have requested a transfer. I get the impression I'm not the only one. Note on Chief Kimball. Kimball thinks there will be trouble once the dogs run out of warm bodies. If James was around, I know he'd set her straight. Now that he's gone, maybe I could use some convincing too. She showed up next to my bunk last night. Said that if anything happened to her, her password was her daughter's name. Hope it never comes to that. Her daughter's name, A. Kimball. So what is the A? Oh, Angelica Kimball. I remember Angelica. Alright. Angelica.
Left hands, Captain.
Personal Terminal Eva Chartran. It has been 1,270 days since last login. Security routines. Modify system access. Oh, unlock personal quarters. Modify system access protocols. Oh, hold on. Project summary. Executive Focus Group. Purpose: biological hybridization and assimilation strategies. Active team members: Eva Chatran, Lorelei Fau. Inactive team members: James Guthrie, Charles McNulty, Claire Persall, and T. Ryle. I forgot. This is the one who was suspended. Who was in suspended animation back at Cascadia Secret Lab, right? What's his name again? Tom, I think? Tom Ryle. So back in Cascadia, they were researching this gas, this nuclear scrambling gas. And then after they got transferred, they continued the research here in this station. Go. Further the chimeric sciences via the targeted modification of human nuclein using strands obtained from Halcyon native fauna. Classification Crab T002 aka Raptidon. Messages. From redacted to Lab 1084. Subject Station Morale. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust has soured relations between HRS 1084's research staff and security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, The importance of your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You will also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impact on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon colony is answered. In the meantime, get back to work. The priority entry is found from user Eva Chatran, Charlie. We almost lost Charlie. It was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolated tissue to a full-blown systemic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could work out how to reverse what had gone wrong. Every time Laura walked by me, she rubbed my shoulders and asked me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. I was just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me every hour since. Claire Persal. We had to put Claire on ice today. She and the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At first the resequence stayed within normal parameters, but then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need some answers. I wonder how Guthrie is doing. I hear symphony music from under his door. James. This lock is being entered by Dr. Fall. I had to prescribe Dr. Chatran enough sedatives to knock out the primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments. After all of our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Eva hasn't forgiven herself for the losses. Maybe some time away from HRS 1084 will clear her mind. The board confirmed receipt of my report and transmitted our recall notice. We're just awaiting transport. I wish we could take some time away from the project to clear our heads, but we're not even close to that point. Access outbound com transcripts. Transmission begins. Eva Chatran. Is anyone listening on this frequency? Redacted. Who is this? Eva Chatran. I'm the project lead on 1084. I want it. Redacted. Station 1084. You have orders to maintain wireless silence until a mission end state is achieved. Eva Chatran. Executive override. Password antediluvian. Oh, that's the same password we found on a sublight thug's body. The same password used to enter the secret lab in Cascadia. Redacted. Audible sigh. What can I do for you, doctor? Eva Chatran. The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcription problem on the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that? Redacted. I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor. Eva Chatran. The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query was addressed to the Chimerical Research Department at George de Hevesy Institute in Budapest. Redacted. One of my associates will reach out when we have an update. Eva Chatran. When? Aren't you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened out there? Redacted. Station 1084. Misuse of this channel is a fireable offense and is abusing your executive override, save in cases of emergency. Eva Chatran. Dang it. This is an emergency. Okay. Transmission ends. Executive override for user Chatran Eva discontinued. Duration indefinite. So, an assault cruiser from Earth is supposed to be here, in Halcyon. What would be their mission? They never arrived, but what would be their mission in Halcyon? Maybe, just maybe corporations back on Earth heard about The Halcyon colony is mismanaged, so maybe they're sending an assault cruiser to forcefully depose the current leadership in Halcyon. I think that's what happened. System access protocols. Admin location Byzantium. Admin username HHCVP0257. Insert sublight override cartridge. System access protocols. Transfer of administrative privileges successfully completed. Admin location Groundbreaker. Admin username SL underscore boss underscore A51. Oh, SL means sublight. Okay. A51 what? Area 51? Accessing override data. Displaying automated confirmation. If you're reading this, you are standing in the legal property of Sublight Salvage and Shipping. Good work, contractor. Report back to Sublight HQ to collect your cut. Lilia Hagen, Executive Director of Aggressive Acquisitions.
It's done. Now let's go get our money before Sublight sees what a creepy dump this place is. Wait,
Okay,
Bertrand?
okay.
We've seen that name before. Back
Yeah,
in Cascadia.
I know that. Eva Chartrand. They moved the experiment from Cascadia to here. Dang it, I can't stand it. I'm so sleepy. Hi.